Andrea TV here from DriveOnMama.com, coming to you on the day after my 2-hour dinner late night shift. For whatever reason, the sound did not record, so it's basically 2 minutes of me sitting there talking what it sounds like to myself. But I dashed in my home zone yesterday, which is the Laurel zone, and I live on the border between Laurel and Burtonsville, and I did that because I was too tired to drive back down to the Bethesda market. And what I found there is that you have to, for me, it's more profitable if you stay by the local / plaza restaurants and not by the places that have more of the big chain names. When I did dash in that zone in the beginning, last year when I first started, there are a lot of no tip orders or low tip orders and high mileage. What I found last night staying at the local restaurants, there are better tips. There's still some low and no tips, but they're fewer and far between. And also, even I did a no tip. I didn't know when I accepted it was no tip, but because my completion rate was at 85%, I kept it. Even the no tip, by the time it gets to you, it has gone up so much that it may be worth your while. So we worked 2 hours, and now you'll see what we did. The first restaurant was a small restaurant called Cuba de Ayer, and I believe it was a $10 offer on DoorDash, and let's go.
And we have arrived at Cuba de Ayer. Hopefully the food is ready and we can go.
Okay, we have our order picked up, and I just want to clarify because I might be using the wrong words. Now, where I live is the city, but downtown, Upper Northwest, downtown Bethesda, that's city. So there are lights and multiple lights on every block that I go to for the most part. Now, where I am dashing now, as you can see, we're driving. There are not a stoplight every 2 seconds, and when this gets dark, it gets dark. And there's not a bunch of street lights. You see the electrical poles, but no street lights. So where I dash in Bethesda / Upper Northwest, we'll call the inner city, the expensive, rich inner city, and I live in the regular city, not the suburbs. No cows, no farms, nobody with big old tractors on their property. But yeah, 3.5 miles of this 5.2 miles is all driving like this. For that distance, it says it's going to take 9 minutes. In Bethesda, Upper Northwest, 5 miles, get ready for a 20 to 25 minute in no traffic travel. And if it's lunchtime, breakfast time, dinner time traffic, you have a minimum of a half hour. But we're going to drop off. Okay, first drop off of the night is complete, and it was a $10 tip, $4.50 base pay. I don't know how it works out here. I'm so used to the city. When I drive in Bethesda, it is $2.75 as the base pay. So I don't know if this started off as $2.75 and went up, or if it was just $4.50 because of the distance. I don't know. But either way, we have that dropped off, and we're going back to that same spot. What I probably messed up with before when I first started, or when we first moved out here, I went to all of the restaurants on the strip. Baltimore Avenue in Laurel has tons of restaurants. But sometimes you have to know what's best in your market for your situation. I also am borderlining Burtonsville. So there's a smaller plaza strip mall type thing where it's about 5 to 8 restaurants, and I don't know which ones stay open past 10, but we're going to find out tonight. And those are for local people who go on the weekends and for dinner with their families, and they're going on the app looking for their restaurant. They're not chains and national brands, and you get less people that are non-tippers / low tippers. I learned all of this with experience, and that's why I'm sharing with you. You may not want to go to the hot spot, to the big names. You may want to find your local strip mall, and if they do good business, have good food, might do better off. But we're going back to the same spot. Okay, time is currently 8:32 p.m. I do have to probably get used to the fact that not as many orders are going to come through. This is only my first DoorDash order after dropping off and getting back to the spot. I did have only 2 declines for Uber Eats that I did as well, and absolutely no Instacart pings. But we have accepted our next offer. It is to Burger King, $10.43 for a total of 4.3 miles. Let's go get our food. Time is currently 8:35 p.m. We have just accepted our next order. It is on Uber Eats for $10.43 for a total of 4.3 miles. And I would have to get used to not getting as many orders if I was to work out here in the evenings after coming from practices. And I'm too tired to go back down to the avenue. We declined 2 Uber Eats that were no tippers or like $6 and change for 7 miles, things like that. 2 to 3 of them, and received absolutely no additional DoorDashes since then. And this was the first one we were willing to take. But if we get our food and get the food to them, roughly an hour, we would have made $10.43 and then the $14.50. So that's almost $25 an hour. During the week, I only average during the daytime $20 to $25, like on a Friday or a good Thursday during the daytime hours. And at night, I average about 23 to 25, except for on Friday and Saturday nights when the peak pays and the orders come in, and you can get up to 30 or 35 if you play things right and all of the stars align. So we are waiting in the line. As you can see, the red brake lights from the person in front of me. I don't know if the lobby was open or not, but what I don't know is the restroom situation around here at night. Where I like to stay, I know that McDonald's is 24 hours, and also the grocery stores are open till 11 o'clock. There is a grocery store close by, but other than that, I don't know. So the more I can stay in the warm car, the better for me. And let's see how long it takes to get the order. It's already been like 3 minutes, and it's only 1 car. Come on. I almost forgot to say the restaurant. Burger King. Burger King doesn't start the food until you come. Maybe I should have gone in the lobby. Too late now. That order is now dropped off, and I forgot that out here the apartments are plenteous with no elevators. So that was the 3rd floor apartment that we just dropped off at, and we took our next order, $5.50, going 4-point-something miles. Essentially, it's going to the McDonald's right in the plaza where I was staying, and the customer's right next to the McDonald's, and that's why we took it. I thought it was going to be a small tip because it was $5.50, but actually Paris says it's no fee. No fee. I'm listening to the GPS. It's telling me 1,000 feet to right. It's no tip, but I can't undersign because right now my acceptance or completion rate is at 85%, and I don't want to risk it when it still makes sense because that's where I'm going anyway. So we're going.
Okay, we have arrived, and it's about 9 o'clock right now. And I was here over the weekend, and I did 1 order, and they said that the lobby was open to 10, but that was a weekend night. I don't know about today. As you can see, the drive-thru has about 5 cars so far, but if the lobby is not open, we will be dropping this.
Okay, we have the Uber Eats offer dropped off, and it's 9:20. We accepted our next offer on Uber Eats, $10 for 2.4 miles in total. And that last customer with the $5.50 base pay and no tip, she had a note. Please do not knock on door. It'll drive my dog crazy. I wanted to go, but I didn't do that. Let's go get our order.
And we have arrived at Zen Asian Grill and Sushi. Let's go get it.
Okay, that last drop off will be our last drop off. Okay, time is currently 9:39 p.m. That last drop off will be our last drop off for the night. I am calling it a night, and maybe I'll be able to get a whole 8 hours sleep. No, probably 7, but it's still more than usual. We will give our little totals for our about 2 hours worth of dashing in our home zone in a few once the tips come in, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.
It's over.
Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is over. Relax, sit back, the shift is